Today in our episode we are going to visit the famous Baluan Sholak Palace of Sports and Culture. We will talk with the Kairat football club rookie Yerkebulan Seydakhmet. And we will tell you what is the Boccia and how it helps special children adapt to sports. Baluan Sholak Palace of Sports and Culture, one of the most iconic structures in the history of Kazakhstan's sport. It was built in 1967, that is, the building is more than 50 years old. Today, large tournaments such as the UEFA Futsal Cup Final, FIVB Volleyball World Grand Prix, hockey, basketball are held here. A huge four-story building in the heart of the city. Located near the central stadium and metro station, the sports palace is already at an honorable age, but timely reconstruction allows it to remain in demand. Thus, the spirit of Soviet past is harmoniously combined with modern provision of the palace inside. At the time of its creation, it was the largest sports facility in Kazakhstan. There were many races, many various records were set as well. It was considered to be an ice arena, mainly because there were many competitions in winter sports back then in Almaty. Today, after the reconstruction, there are 3,700 seats prepared for the Asian Games. Speaking of records, most recently one of the shortest fights in professional boxing took place here. It took less than 10 seconds for Kairat Islam to knock out his opponent, Dominican Julio de Jesus. The building has the capacity of about 5,000 viewers, quite a lot for indoor activities. In 2017, this palace hosted about 10 sporting events and almost 2 times more in the next year. What is the total area of this building? 24,000 square meters. That is, all rooms are currently used. We want to use all facilities in rooms that we have so that it could help everyone. We are considering the possibility of organizing a sports hub so that anyone could come here, get the necessary information like what types of sections our city has. For me personally, the greatest pleasure in sports journalism is to be in the cold arena on hot days or vice versa. On cold days to find myself in a warm pool. The Baluan Sholak Sports Palace was originally conceived as one large ice rink. Now the Kazakhstan youth team on figure skating is practicing here. Let's go! The ice here has been live for 11 months a year. Arena is considered to be a home for the Isolu Women's Hockey Club. This is probably the only our country's team that plays in Europe. This 3G children's team with 300 members in it is based here as well. Now we will talk with the coach of the Kazakhstan youth team on figure skating. Let's go! Sorry for distracting you from the process. Could you tell me how the training camps are going? In general, there are several schools. We have sports schools number 3 with Ice Tiger team in it. Do you have a youth team? Yes, all together here. How do skaters prepare in the summer? In fact, I thought that they have weekends. No, we have intensive preparation even in the summer. All training camps are held in this period, preparing for the upcoming season. Little star, how old are you? I am 9. How long have you been doing figure skating? 5 years. You are quite experienced, I see. What is the most difficult thing about figure skating? Jumps and spins. Who do you want to become in the future? I want to become a skater. I'm trying my best, and I believe I can do it. Generally, this sports palace has several sections. Along with the figure skating, here you can try climbing, judo, boxing or yoga. But still the main feature of such facilities is their multifunctionality. This arena easily adapts to any event. As a rule, such structures function not only as a sports facility, but also as a cultural center. Therefore, sports complex name seems reasonable enough. Named after Baluan Sholak, the famous Kazakhstan wrestler combined two principles: heroic power and poetism. Baluan Sholak was an incredibly strong person. At the age of 35, he could lift weights of about 800 kilograms. He held a log with 20 people on his shoulders and especially fought very well. He could defeat 20-year-old boys already at the age of 14. Now the given sports palace proudly bears his name and unites true sports enthusiasts. It was proved that it is possible to hold sports competitions of any scale here in Almaty, including the Asian Games as well as Universiade, which were held for the first time in Kazakhstan and became the most important challenge for this arena. Further in our episode, we have a big interview with Yerkebulan Seydakhmet. Yerkebulan Seydakhmet is one of the main football talents of our country, as well as one of the most discussed football players. Now he is officially Kairat football club player. We arrived at the club's base to ask Yerkebulan a few questions. Speaking of his experience, we have been watching stages of his career in the Sofia Levski and Ufa club. Yerkebulan, welcome. How did the teammates take your joining? How was your homecoming?
Assalamu alaikum.
Hello. As you know, I came to Kairat after being in Ufa and Levski for a certain period of time. I will not lie if I say that in my childhood I dreamed of playing for Kairat. Therefore, it did not take a long time for me to decide. Most of the team members I knew very well, even before my arrival. We played in the youth team as well as national team together. With whom do you share the room at the base? I live with Vladimir Plotnikov now. If I have any questions, I can always ask him. He's a very experienced player. Are there many differences between championships held in Kazakhstan and in Bulgaria? I guess not so many. Championships are held approximately on the same level. There are 3-4 strong teams in Bulgaria: Levski, CSKA, Ludogorets. There's a similar situation in Kazakhstan, but this year particularly, there is a sharp fight for medals. There are no passing games. What were the problems for a full success in Levski? Actually, my trainer Dermenjiev called me. I spent 3 matches under his coaching. After that, I started to worry about my old injury I received in Ufa. Thus 2 months I could not train at all. At this period of time, the team coach was changed. Then I was able to recover only at the end of that season, so there was practically no chance to gain a foothold in this team. Which period do you like the most, in Ufa or Levski?
Екі жақта да айта аламын, өте
Both of them were
қызық
quite
сәттер өз
interesting.
орнымен
During
болды.
my stay in
Левскийде де,
Ufa, I
Уфада
made
да,
many friends and
Уфада
had good relations with
көптеген
everyone.
достар тауып,
The city is beautiful as
жақсы
well.
қатынаста болып,
Moving
өте
to
қызықты,
Bulgaria was
қаласы да
perceived as
әдемі.
a new challenge for me,
Новый вызов келіп
but I
Болгарияға
got a
бардым.
very
Ол
important
жақта да
experience there.
қуаныштымын. Ол
Levski
жақта
fans
опыт
very
алғаныма
actively
кішкене.
support the
Левскийдің
team.
болельщиктері өте мықты.
Did Stoylov influence your transition to Levski?
Ол кісі мені бірінші ұлттық құрамаға шақырған. Ол кісіге өте
It was him who invited me to the Kazakhstan national team. Hence, I'm
Ол
very
кісіден
grateful.
сұрадым, және ол
I
кісі
asked him
маған
about the transition and
барлығын
he
айтты,
told
қалай
everything.
болатынын.
I liked how he reacted to
Маған
such
бәрі ұнады, ол
changes.
кісінің айтқан.
Now, do you keep in touch with him? And how did he react to your return to Kazakhstan?
Иә, біз Станимир Стойловпен сөйлесіп тұрамыз.
Yes, we keep in touch with Stanimir Stoylov. In general, he reacted positively and suggested to act basing on my own feelings. In Kazakhstan, there are several teams that set themselves high goals. And to be a part of one of these teams is a good decision.
Сол задача қоятын командаларды ойнағаның дұрыс деп айтты.
Would you like to return to the Russian Premier
Иә,
League?
қызықтырады, бірақ Россияда мен көрдім.
Yes, I'm interested in it. But Russians took more emphasis on contact power in game rather than on technology. I still need to grow up to get stronger, but I would also like to play there. I know what kind of problems I have now. That is why I'm working hard to eliminate them. I'm also very thankful for Kairat trainers. There is a physical training coach. We are practicing together every day. Speaking of friends, we have a small challenge. We kick from the penalty line, having only 5 attempts. Main task is to get into the crossbar. The first hit is made by Dania Kismetov.
Ну почти.
Attempt number 2. Yerkebulan Seydakhmet. How do you feel about the nickname Kazakh Messi?
Мен шынымды айтсам, оны бізге журналистер.
To be honest, this nickname was given to me by journalists. I do not pay much attention to this. I just play my game and train a lot.
Тек ойынымды ойнап, тренировкамды жасап жүрмін.
Do fans recognize you in Almaty?
Мен Уфада ойнап жүргенде де, Алматыда болған кезде мен
Even when I played in Ufa, I often came to Almaty. Here, fans recognized me in shopping centers a lot and asked to take a photo together. Now I guess they will get to recognize me even more. I am very grateful. What are your best childhood memories? The most pleasant one?
Мен әлі футболға қатыспайтынмын. Бірақ мен қатыспасам да кішкентай кезімде футболда басқа балдардан ерекше ойнайтынмын үй жақтағы.
I hadn't played football professionally yet, but as far as I remember, I always liked to play with ball in the yard. Once, elders, guys who were 10 years older than me, came up and asked to play with them. We thought to play beyond the garages with big gates. I was really small at that time, while others were well built. There were also some drunk people next to us. They watched our game. But I won the 4 of them and scored a goal.
Сонымен футболды қарап отты ол кісілер. Ойнап жатып, мен алдап, 4-еуін алдап гол соғам. Сол кезде жаңағы мас кісілер мені шақырған. Жаңағы бардым.
Then those drunk people called me. They gave me 100 tenge and said, "Well done." This was my first earnings. For me, it was a big sum because I had not had such money before. I took the earned money and went back home. Then immediately gave this money to my mother. I remember that I was very happy, and so I got a taste of the money that day.
Анама бергем сразу. Мені деп 100 теңге берді деп маған. Анама беріп, қуанып сол күнде. Солай ақшаның дәмін сезе бастадым.
As a child, you also worked in the market.
Иә, ондай да болып тұрды. Біз жаңағы айтқандай ақшаның дәмін сезе бастағаннан кейін үйге кішкене көмек.
Yes, I did. At that period of time, getting some extra money would not hurt. I worked with my friends. Firstly, we bought certain goods, then started to sell them 2-3 times higher of its original price. Every Sunday we worked from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. Approximately 1.5 thousand tenge were earned per day. Do you remember your first football uniform? I had the uniform of Barcelona with number 12. Your team, Montajnik, went to Uzbekistan and won the first place. For many people, it was surprising that a winning team is not from Uzbekistan.
Yeah, әрине мен сол команданың капитаны болатынмын.
I was the captain of that team, and it was 5 years ago. We played with Benuotkor, Paktakor, and played with everyone. To be honest, we had 15 to 20 strong football players in the Montajnik. That is why we had gotten only the first places in the region as well as in the country. Bakhtiar Zainudinov has a rather difficult period in Rostov now. Do you think the club suits him? Yes, as you know, he's a very talented football player. He's also my friend and countryman, a native of Taraz. In my opinion, Rostov suits him very well. Head coach Valery Karpin believes in Zainudinov and provides with great opportunities. I believe that after he completely heals his injuries, he will show himself. Could you name a dream team ranging from goalkeeper to striker? Everyone who appeals to you. Who can be put on the goalkeeper position, for instance? Let's get Neuer. From left to the right, defenders. Marcelo, Ramos, Piqué, Dani Alves. The center line is also from left to the right, midfielders. Xavier, Iniesta, and the third, Eriksen. Now 3 forwards. Neymar, Messi, Reyes. I'm just a fan of Barcelona, therefore I did not include Ronaldo to this team. The favorite soccer player who I always like is Reyes. Yerkebulan, how would your friends describe you? What would they say? Calm, probably. I don't even know exactly. How would you say at first glance? Humble and well-mannered, matured. Yes, I left Russia at the age of 17, then 2 years lived far from family. And to be honest, it was very hard. Now it is a little bit easier for me, as the experience I had got abroad helped me a lot.
Өзім жалғыз тұруға, өзім жалғыз өмір сүруге.
Friends, we are finishing our challenge. Thank you for the emotions of one of the main young talents of Kazakhstani football, Yerkebulan Seydakhmet. Thank you, good luck. Thank you very much. Further, we are going to tell you what the Boccia is. The experienced mentor Sultan Orin Basarov will help us with this. Let's start. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Boccia is a sport game with a ball vaguely reminiscent of bowling. In Kazakhstan, this kind of sport appeared relatively recently, but it already has a lot of fans across the country. First of all, this is an excellent educational game for people with lesions of central nervous system and spine. Here everyone is divided into two teams. Some have blue balls, others have red ones. Whose balls will be closer to jug ball, this team wins. The game uses 12 leather balls and one starting ball, jack. The match lasts 4 ends in the individual and doubles and 6 ends in the team. The game begins with a throw-in of jug ball, that is, a wide ball, then athletes, couples or teams throw 6 goals each. The winner is the one whose ball is closest to jug ball. In case that after all the end times the score remains equal, then a tie-break will be held. The rules are pretty simple and team cohesion is important here. Boccia classes help children adapt in society, improve their physical fitness. But the most important is to get vivid emotions. This is what you need. Each child should have an individual approach. The relationship between coach and mentees is the most important part. They must understand what they want to convey. For me, the most difficult thing was to convey the rules for them. For a teaching base, I went to Omsk. In Kazakhstan, there is no well-structured, systematic work on teaching special children to Boccia. Boccia is a Paralympic sport, so there is always a motivation to achieve even greater success. Bad athlete is the one who does not dream of achievements. However, participation in such competitions for each of them is already a big victory. Victory over oneself. A routine workout in the Boccia includes going to the gym. Under the mentor's supervision, everyone carries out their work plan. In Kazakhstan, this is perhaps the only such center where Paralympics can practice. Of course, such centers are also needed in the regions, because there are a lot of guys who have physical limitations. Sport, on the contrary, helps them feel themselves as a part of society. Moreover, there is an opportunity to enter the international level and glorify your own country. In the capital of Kazakhstan, more than 400 athletes are engaged in adaptive sports. Training takes place in such new Paralympic centers. These rooms are fully adapted for people with special needs. And most importantly, the atmosphere here is very warm. The release of section Video of the Week completes our today's episode. Slackline is a new term and completely new direction in the world of extreme sports. The core of this sport is walking on special nylon slings stretched between trees or poles. The main thing is to keep balance. Slackline fans are becoming more and more every day.